Today on Commander Replay, we check out Thantis Rakdos Assault Suit combo against 3 unsuspecting Patreons. Will this finally be the time that it works? Find out next on Commander Replay. Thank you to all of my awesome Patreon supporters. We have 2 new Patreon supporters in Dread Pirate Roberts and Christopher Navis. You guys are awesome. If you want to help support the channel and vote on which decks I play next, feel free to check out my Patreon at the link below. Today's deck list comes as voted on by Patreon supporters as the troll deck that they wanted to see most, with Thantis Rakdos Assault Suit taking down 31% of the vote. Welcome back, everyone, playing some Thantis the Warweaver Rakdos Assault Suit. Take a look at our opening hand. We have 2 colorless lands in our hand. I really don't love that, so I think we can do a little better. Yeah, I'm liking this much more. Now we have colored mana, a Farseek, and we can get into this Bloodgift Demon pretty quickly, so that should give us a few extra cards. I like that a whole lot more than what we had going on in our first hand. Today I am joined by 3 Patreon supporters. First up we have Frodo the Chef 123 playing Emmara Soul of the Accord. Actually filmed a game against this deck earlier today, and as you might expect, it is the token Emmara build. Nothing fancy, but we do need to watch out for some of those combos that I think there are some infinite ones in that deck. I forget exactly how it plays, but... So next up, Mr. Banana playing Razaketh the Foul-Blooded. Razaketh, pretty strong. Having a tutor on your commander is really good from what I hear, so hopefully they're playing something kind of janky and not just going like full power Razaketh build, because it might be a pretty short game if they are. Brings it to our turn 1. We'll play this Verdant Catacombs, crack the Verdant Catacombs, thinking something with some red in it might be a good idea. We have triple green, triple black in our hand. So I think that's actually going to mean Overgrown Tomb. So we'll bring that in tapped and pass the turn. Scry Temple coming in for the Emmara. Soul Ring for the Razaketh. They also have a Deserted Temple in play, which is really good once a Cabal Coffers comes down. Need to be careful of that. Brings it back to our turn. We draw a Beast Within. So let's play the Bayou right here, and then play the Farseek. And now we'll get something with some red in it. Thinking the Taiga. Actually, let's get... Which green do we need? Let's get Badlands, I think. Emmara coming into play for the Emmara opponent. Oh, and finally, our last opponent, by the way, is Let's Play Deathray, another Patreon supporter, playing Marath, Will of the Wild. Really cool commander that doesn't see that much play these days. Marath, the Swiss Army knife of commanders, and does some really cool stuff with counters, damage, or creates tokens. A lot of different ways to focus around that if you want to go more into the counters. Some people like to go more into tokens. And then, of course, just being able to shoot things for damage can also be really helpful. Phyrexian Arena coming down for the Razaketh opponent. They are off to a pretty good start. Marath coming into play. To bring it back to our turn, there's a Mana Crypt. Mana Crypt is pretty good. So we're going to play that Mana Crypt, and then we're going to get this Bloodgift Demon down. Play the Bloodgift Demon, play the Mountain, tap the Mountain, and we'll pass like that. Awakening Zone coming down for the Emmara opponent. Emmara going to combat, going to swing into the Razaketh, and they'll get a token. Phyrexian Arena trigger for the Razaketh. Gauntlet of Power for the Razaketh. We do not have any basic swamps in play, unfortunately. However, if someone plays an Urborg, then our mountains will get the benefit from Gauntlet of Power. But Razaketh off to a pretty scary start. Probably going to need to shoot down this Gauntlet of Power. Not a bad place to park this Beast Within. Oh, there's a Shriekmaw. See what that's going after. Well, we know it's not going to be our Bloodgift Demon, so that's a pretty good feeling, right? It's going to shoot the Marath. Yep. Opponent does not respond. I believe they do have to pay mana to use that ability, so... that is the one knock against Marath, is that it can be a little bit mana intense, especially in the early parts of the game. You know, once you get later, and if everyone has a lot of lands, no big deal. Marath lays down a Ghostly Prison, and passes the turn, brings it back to us. We get a Bloodgift Demon trigger. I think we'll point that at ourselves, and we get a Mana Crypt flip. We'll go Tails. Won the flip. Excellent. And we will draw 1 card. Save the targets, and always yield. Excellent. We draw another land. I play that land. Let's see. What can we do this turn? Think we should Beast Within this Gauntlet of Power. Seems a little bit too good, especially with the Razaketh waiting on the other side of that. Leaves us with 4 mana left over. Pretty good time for the Harmonize, I think. So we'll crack this Wooded Foothills, get a Taiga, play the Harmonize, and we will go to combat against the Razaketh. So Emmara going on the attack into the Marath opponent, and 1 token into the Razaketh. Opponent gaining some life. Deciding to trade in a token to get the life gain. Interesting move right there. Not sure I would have done that, but that's what they did right there. Razaketh's turn, and they get a Phyrexian Arena trigger. Plaguecrafter coming down, so we're going to have to sacrifice our Bloodgift Demon. Down goes the demon. And here comes a Gonti, Lord of Luxury. Let's see where that gets pointed. Gets pointed at the Marath opponent. Take a look at the deck list real quick, see what we got in here for card draw. Really want to keep the cards coming. Erebos is kind of cool, though it is a lot of life. We do have a Necropotence. Maybe. There's a Wayfaring Temple for the Marath opponent, and they're going to put some boots on it. Opponent also cast their boots that turn. It's going to bring it back to our turn. Mana Crypt flip. Let's go Tails. Lost the flip. Down to 34. Well, there's the Necropotence. Guess we don't even need to tutor for it now, so that's pretty cool, right? I guess we play this Twilight Mire. I think we need to get the Sky Shroud claim going. And I'm thinking Thantis after that. I don't want to go for Necro just yet. Necro is kind of one of those power plays that draws a lot of attention. Makes people get very scared of you kind of thing. So, yeah, I think we're just going to go Sky Shroud claim into Thantis. Oops, looks like we need more green mana. So we'll get Stomping Ground. We're going to have to pay some life for it, but that's okay. And a Forest. Pay the life. Get Thantis. And we'll pass like that. Awakening Zone will trigger. So opponent has to attack. Emmara gets eaten by the Gonti. Arena triggers for the Razaketh. Kite Sail Freebooter coming into play. Enters the battlefield. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-creature, non-land. Exile that card until the Freebooter leaves the battlefield. Don't be us. Whew! Dodged a bullet right there. Got a lot of black tutor power in our hand that I did not want to lose. Let's take a look at opponent's hand. Oh boy. Verdant Force. Tulsimir Wolfblood. Solemnity. Greater Oromancy, Dragonlord Dramoka, Anointer Priest, and a Chroma's Memorial. That is some gas if I've ever seen it. They have a Primal Vigor. Ooh, if one or more tokens would get created, create twice that many instead. Wow. Emmara's a little bit scary right now. Opponent's going to send the Gonti at us. Sure. And the Beast token over to the Emmara. We will get a counter on our Thantis, but definitely not blocking the Death Touch. That just seems like a bad time. Plaguecrafter coming back to play. That is annoying. So, Thantis going down. Wayfaring Temple down, and Emmara now out of creatures. Feel like now might be a reasonable time to try to get a mana doubler into play. Yep. Marath opponent has the same idea. They go for a Mana Reflection. That's probably what we're going to do. Brings it back to our turn. There's a Mana Crypt trigger. Go Tails. Lost the flip. It's not great. Not great. That's a Diabolic Revelation. That allows us to tutor for multiple things. It's pretty good. Based on our mana situation right now, I'm going to go for this Demonic Tutor into a Mana Reflection of our own. So play the Mana Reflection. Oh, it costs one more than that. So Mana Reflection into play. We have double mana. And now we go for the Necropotence. I'm going to draw some cards. That was probably about 6 or 7. That seems pretty good. Should be able to sculpt a nice 7. The good thing, too, is that the Necropotence will take the focus off of the Mana Reflection. So we go to our end step. What do we need to get rid of? We have a lot of tutoring power. Don't know that Grim Tutor is necessary. Still at 9 cards in hand. Wow, no lands in all of that. That's not amazing. Erebos, a little bit redundant. And I think we can live without the boots. So 3 of our cards getting exiled, and we will pass the turn like that. Hopefully we don't get hit too hard on this upcoming turn, but the Emmara opponent was slow on mana, and Marath doesn't have anything in play, though they have boots. Something big could come down with haste is a possibility. Anointer Priest coming down for the Emmara. So this is really the turn where we want our opponents to tap out. Tree of Tails up, although we saw Emmara's hand, not too worried about like a fog effect or anything like that. Do want Razaketh to tap out for something that doesn't hurt us. Yep, that's a Magmatic Force. That's a pretty good one. That would be from the Marath opponent's library, off of the Gonti. Alright, opponent dispatching a little team over to us, gonna get us for 5. And the Kite Sail Freebooter over to the Emmara. The Kite Sail Freebooter did exile the Chroma's Memorial, by the way. Magmatic Force is gonna trigger. Ooh. We should probably Song of the Dryads on Magmatic Force. Like, that could actually kill us really quickly. Creature board wipe out of the Emmara would not be the worst thing I've ever seen. Here comes an Omnath Locus of Rage. Oh boy. There's a lot of direct damage on this table right now. And we're at 16. And there's a 10-10 Marath. Ooh. I mean, I think we just need to go creature board wipe, honestly. Like, I want to go for the combo, but I don't think we can yet. See what we got for board wipes. We do have a Blasphemous Act. Checking the number of creatures in play. I'm going to put boots on their Marath before they pass. Sure. Cool. Blasphemous Act will be the minimum. Magmatic Force trigger. See where this goes. Please don't be our face. It goes to our face. Yeah, not seeing any life gain in this deck. That might be something I need to add. So we're at 13. Mana Crypt flip. Really need to win this. Life is getting low. We have this Necropotence out, so we can't draw. Tails. Won the flip. Okay, that's something. That's something. But I think it's got to be... maybe we go Diabolic Revelation and use that instead of the Runescarred Demon, since Runescarred is a creature. So, yeah, let's do that. Play the Runescarred Demon. Oh, wait, I did that completely not how I said I was going to do that. Well, that sucks. Lose focus for 1 second. Runescarred Demon, get the Blasphemous Act. Play the Soul Ring, and then play the Blasphemous Act. Omnath's going to trigger 1 time. Please don't be our face. Whew, goes after the Razaketh. Nice. What are we doing right here? Let us... That's 10 mana, that's 12, plus that's 13? Let's get Thantis in play so that we don't have to worry about it next turn. Because that is a pretty big cost as far as getting this deck to operate. We do need some black mana, so we're going to have to use this Twilight Mire. Thantis into play. Let's play the Kodama's Reach. Let's get Swamp and Mountain. Play the Mountain. Play the Thaumatic Compass. Guess we're going to activate the Thaumatic Compass. Get another Swamp. And pass like that. Thaumatic Compass will flip over. So we pass the turn, and Awakening Zone will trigger for our opponent. So Emmara coming back into play, and opponent gets 2 Awakening Zone triggers. It brings it to Razaketh's turn, Phyrexian Arena trigger. Good thing about playing a board wipe too is that usually after that opponents will tap out all their mana trying to rebuild. Oop, there's an extra planar lens. It's scary. Swamp, do we have any basic swamps? We have 1 basic swamp, and a second one in our hand. Is it Razaketh time? Nope, it's Void Winnower time. Oh. We can Song of the Dryads on the Void Winnower. Alright. That is good. That might shut off some stuff from, well, Marath is odd, so I guess that's not too big of a deal. But we'll definitely need to use the Song of the Dryads on the Void Winnower. Marath Will of the Wild coming into play. Got some mana floating, too. Ugh, not the best. It's a 14/14. Oh, gross. Opponent's gonna put boots on it. That means we can't use the spires on it. Also, I think opponent could just shoot us down for lethal next turn, which is not amazing. Opponent's talking about Void Winnower. Can't even? Yup, that's what that card does. It says you can't even. Is there a way to get rid of that Marath? It's kind of scary. I guess maybe getting rid of the mana doubling would also be ideal. Ugin on 3 would do a lot of good stuff. I don't know that we have that much mana, though. That's a lot of mana. Marath's gonna shoot something X2. Didn't see what they targeted. Oh, he shot Razaketh in the face for 2. Okay. Okay. And is going to send the Marath at the Razaketh. It's a 12/12. See what the Void Winnower wants to do. Dodged a bullet right there. Oh, he's going to block with the Void Winnower. Nice. We don't even need to use removal on it. Oh, that's so good. Now, probably going to use the Song of the Dryads on the Mana Reflection. Opponent did leave some mana open, though, and that does make me nervous. So, Void Winnower down. Nice. Disaster averted right there. Oh, fantastic. Opponent taps out their mana. Everyone's tapped out. Here we go. All right, I just need to not mess this up. You guys don't even know how many times I've messed this combo up trying to film this thing. This is like, over the past year, I've tried this deck about 10 times, although maybe only 4 or so with Thantis. I tried it with Rakdos at the helm previously, and that was really tough, but Thantis makes it a little bit easier, but even still, it has been a tough time to get this thing to work. But we go Tails in the Mana Crypt flip, lost the flip, not ideal. Play the Swamp, play the Tutor. All right, so right here, I'm tutoring for about 4 cards. We're going to need, 7 mana for the Assault Suit and 6 for the Rakdos. That's going to be 13 mana, and it'll be 21 if we want to also get Rakdos into play. Ugin. So let's see if we can leave 21 mana open. That'll be 18, that'll be 20, that'd be 21. So we're going to go X3 on the Diabolic Revelation. Okay, 3 on the Diabolic Revelation. We need Assault Suit. We need an Ugin. And I'm going to get a Rise of the Dark Realms just in case all this doesn't work. Next step, play this Ugin. Crap, we're on... The way our lands are tapped right now, I think we're going to run into some trouble. Or at the very least, we won't be able to leave Spires up. Oh no, that worked out. Okay. Think we're in business. Ugin for X3. That also gets rid of our Necropotence, which I'm completely fine with. We need to go to main phase 2 so that we don't have to attack with Rakdos. Let's hit the Marath player. This is the part that I messed up last time. I cast Rakdos in the first main and then had to attack with it and put boots on it so it had haste. And that works out poorly. That works out really, really poorly. So Marath down to 30. Okay. And let's get the combo going. There's Rakdos. There's Assault Suit. All right, let's do it. Put the Assault Suit on the Rakdos. Oh, we had some mana left over. Oops, I miscounted. And I guess just to be safe, we put Song of the Dryads on Mana Reflection, because that's probably the thing that's going to hurt us. And then we pass the turn! Okay, all we have to do is click this properly. Assault Suit trigger. Yes, yes! Opponent now controls Rakdos. Opponent's going to play an Altar of Dementia. We're still okay. The creature can't be sacrificed. Opponent's discussing who should be attacked. Not me is the answer that everyone is giving. Yes, yes, go. Go. Go, my little Rakdos, go. So opponent going to send everything at the Marath, decides to change their mind. Emmara is going to have to sacrifice half the non-demon permanents they control. Oh, it's working. It's working. The board wipe we played last turn worked out perfectly, too, because everyone tapped out trying to recast stuff and trying to rebuild. And that's usually how board wipes work. Like, if you're trying to get your opponents to tap out, casting a board wipe first is the way to do it. Now, we did lose a lot of life while all that was happening. Void Winnowers and things happened, which were pretty scary, but... Oh, man. So opponent sacrifices a land and some tokens. And the Rakdos trigger on the Marath. Mission accomplished. Marath will now sacrifice half of their non-demon permanents. Oh my god. They are down to 3 lands and some boots. Nice. Opponent's turn, we will continue to use the Assault Suit. They now have control of the Rakdos. Gotta hope Razaketh doesn't have a board wipe. There's an Expedition map. That's not a board wipe. Opponent's gonna crack an Expedition map. They can get a Cabal Coffers. They can make a lot of mana. Although, we have Rise of the Dark Realms, so even if they blow it up, as long as it doesn't get exiled, well, it probably shouldn't. It's black. Black doesn't usually exile. As long as it doesn't get exiled, we can Rise of the Dark Realms it, and we should be able to get it back and keep on the Rakdos plan. Oh my god, you guys don't even know. It's taken so many games to make this thing work. Like 100% do not build this deck. It will fail and you will be miserable. Opponent goes for a Lake of the Dead. Interesting. Really trying to get some mana. They could exsanguinate us out of the game. That's the thing that could happen. Opponent going up to 14 mana. Let's see what they got. Oh, he goes for a Toxic Deluge. All right, well. Oh, I should have put Thantis into the graveyard. I should have thought about that. Crap. Oh, hey, that's an Ulamog. Let's see what Ulamog goes after. Hopefully it's not the Assault Suit. Exiles Mana Reflection and an Ugin. That will slow us down. Won't lie. Oh, yeah, we really should have sent Thantis to the graveyard. Crap. Emmara into play for the Marath opponent. Back to our turn. Mana Crypt on us. Need to win this flip. Tails? I lost the flip. Not good. That's a Wheel of Fortune. That's something. Don't really have a way to force the Rakdos to attack. But, I don't know. Rise of the Dark Realms right here seems pretty good. Rise of the Dark Realms. Shriekmaw. Well, we can shoot an Eldrazi. It's indestructible, though. Well, there's nothing else to shoot, so I guess we're shooting that. Ooh. We have a Runescar Demon, which means we might be able to get Thantis back into play. Plaguecrafter, Kitesail Freebooter on the Razaketh opponent. Gonti, Lord of Luxury, right there. Acidic Slime, get the extra planar lens. Midnight Guard, I think that's one of opponent's combos. We'll just go for this Sigarda. Cage Sun and a Sword of Fire and Ice. Both of those are pretty good. Let's go for the Cage Sun. Need to sacrifice a creature. We'll get rid of the... Oh, that one gains life. Should probably keep that one around. Get rid of the Shriekmaw. Emmara goes down. Omnath is going to trigger one time. We need more mana. Thantis is going to be 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8. So Mana Geyser probably. Actually, I don't know how much... how many lands do our opponents actually have that are tapped? 5, 6, 7? Gets us 2 additional land. It doesn't actually get the mana that I was hoping it would. Mana Vault probably does it. Yeah, Mana Vault does it exactly. So, yeah, let's get Mana Vault. And Shriekmaw trigger will fizzle. Play Mana Vault. Oh, we can't get the Assault Suit on all in the same turn. Bummer. Well, let's just put the Assault Suit on and see if opponents realize whether they have to attack or not. And we'll pass the turn. Magmatic Force will trigger. Shoot the Razaketh. We'll use the Assault Suit. Oh my god. See if opponent wants to attack with it. No, no attacks. Sad face. Magmatic Force trigger. Shoot the Razaketh. Keep shooting them. Down to 3, they die on the next upkeep, actually, if Magmatic Force sticks around, which I'm expecting it will. Opponent gonna sacrifice another land to the Lake of the Dead. Love the art on this card, just amazing, amazing artwork, but, oh man. Like, there are certain combos where it makes sense to use that, but it is a tough sell. Oh, Dark Petition. No. No, opponent can get rid of it. I don't know what they have to get rid of it, but theoretically something. Although Void Winnower was in play, so it was an even cost card. It's not going to work. Also, I think they're out of black mana. Oh, Living Death. Really? Really, opponent? We worked so hard to do this. We'd probably kill... Can we sacrifice this thing anyhow? Doesn't look like it. We do get 3 Omnath triggers, though, so that's very helpful. Oh, yeah. Rakdos can't be sacrificed. Shriekmaw on the Rakamar. Not sure what's going to happen to Rakdos right here if we kill our opponent. And I guess we'll shoot the Rakamar ourselves. So Rakamar down and Razaketh down to the Omnath triggers. Assault Suit trigger on the stack. Give opponent control of the Rakdos. Oh, man. Yes! They're attacking with it! I mean, they don't have much going on, so at this point, why not? Just have fun with it. I mean, that's all you can do. Just face the inevitable. So, Rakdos trigger. Opponent's got to sacrifice half the non-demon permanents. Oh, this deck is finally working. Rakdos trigger on the Emmara. Sacrifice 2 permanents. Mana Vault and Mana Crypt. We need to win Mana Crypt flips like there's no tomorrow. Let's go Tails. Tails never fails. All right, won the flip. That's an important turn right there. Phyrexian Arena, absolutely not happening for us. Recast Thantis. Actually, wait till our second main phase to recast Thantis is the correct way to play that. Now recast Thantis. I don't really want to give opponents cards, honestly. They haven't had any interaction for Rakdos, so I'd like to keep it that way. Opponent's turn, Assault Suit triggers. Give them Rakdos. Rakdos will trigger. Opponent sacrifices 1 land. Marath down to 8 has to sacrifice a land. Opponent's looking for Swords and Path off the top. Rakdos is going to swing into the Emmara opponent. Opponent has to sacrifice their last land. Rakdos will trigger on the Emmara. They sacrifice their last land. A bunch of triggers on us. We need to not die to Mana Crypt. Is still a thing that needs to happen. Lost the flip. Oof. Down to 4. Keep that Mana Vault untapped. Arcane Lighthouse. Maybe we'll just hang on to that since we're about to do some sacking right here. Go to combat. Send Rakdos into the Marath and Thantis into the Emmara. Maybe I should have played stuff first. Well, whatever. Here we are. Sacrifice 9 permanents. Ooh, Mana Crypt is going to be one of them. Get rid of a bunch of lands. Rid of the basics. Twilight Mire. Guess we're getting rid of Mana Vault. More lands. Marath goes to -1. They go down. Another Rakdos trigger on them. Oh my god. Emmara's at 15. So we're going to cast this Sigarda right here. And we will pass turn. Not going to give them control. Don't want magic to bug out. And they scoop it right there. Oh my god, it worked. You don't even know how many games and how many hours it's taken to make this deck work. Oh, it finally gets a win. Rakdos, Thantis, Assault Suit combo. Oh, man. Could this deck be tightened up? Yeah, it could probably be tightened up. Could use a little bit of life gain, and Exsanguinate would not be the worst thing. You do spend a lot of life drawing cards and tutoring, so that's something to think about. But, you know, the deck has to be pretty focused on its combo. You do need to see a lot of cards. The trick of the deck is that you need to ramp like crazy and then tutor a bunch of times without your opponents taking notice. Typically, you start doing that, they're just like, oh, hey, they don't actually have that much in play. I'm just going to attack over there. And it's just really easy to die. It's also really easy to mess up the combo. I have put Rakdos in play with haste in the first combat, which makes you sacrifice half your own permanents. And then if Rakdos dies for some reason, then you have way less lands than everyone else. And yeah. So many things that can go wrong with this deck, but finally getting it to work one time. So excited. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, feel free to comment, like, or subscribe. Thank you for watching.